Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg-curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in Thirsty Thursday edition of Old School here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Austin Norman here to my left, Husker Hall of Famer, 8-year NFL vet, Jay Foreman. Jay, hello. Welcome into Old School. How are you?
Doing all right.
Big
Good
one tonight.
afternoon, my octoroon.
Big one tonight for the Vikes.
Yeah, they got to represent. They got to get back right, man. Defense was a little lacking. Short week.
Got to go from lacking to cracking.
Yeah.
The Nebraska football story.
This is a gots to have it game.
Gots to have it.
Yeah. It's like Nebraska. Gots to have it.
Gots to have your Cash Blitz keyword, 508-777-1000, or go to theticketfm.com, click on Cash Blitz, and enter the word TRIP. TRIP. TRIP is your Cash Blitz keyword here for the 3 o'clock hour. Got another 4 of them to send your way tomorrow. TRIP, TRIP, as in don't trip if you don't win, because you'll have 4 more chances tomorrow. 4 times a day, giving away $1,000 in cash as part of a contest here, 93.7 The Ticket. Again, TRIP, TRIP, to 508-777-1000. The other number for you to know, 402-464-5685, if you want to be a part of the show. And back by popular demand, we got Whiteboard Wednesday, but on a Thursday. Jay Foreman, let's get into this. What are we breaking down here?
Yeah, this is a pass play for Northwestern, and this is against man-to-man. Penn State is essentially, and it's a good call by Penn State. So this is their number 1 receiver, number 17 up there. He's a good, pretty good player. Let me get this going here.
He is the transfer from South Dakota State, Griffin
yeah,
Wild.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And 2 backs, right?
So very similar formation to the run play from yesterday.
Right. So they try to keep everything together, and they're at the 50 or in a little bit of a take the shot area. And we'll see what the down and distance is. But also you can see with Penn State, they're going to use this safety. And I don't agree how they did it, but I like how they did it, but it worked out for Northwestern. Now, what they're going to use is this safety right here is essentially the bracket 17. So the corner has outside man. They're playing against the skinny post, bang 8, or whatever you want to call it, right? Or for just any inside route, he has help. So you can play. I would have liked to see him press, right? Because you're playing high and outside. Now you're not just going to give up the inside, but you got some help, so you can be really, really aggressive.
It's just like we talked about with Nebraska basketball. It's one thing to influence, but you got to be able to jump back, right? Just because you influence over the outside doesn't mean you just give the free release to the inside, right?
And then they use this inside guy. I think he's number 24, because he's kind of a hybrid linebacker. He's like, excuse me, like Jamal Adams is for the Raiders. Former safety down there, he can hit. He's going to be playing number 2 when we see up the seam. So he's in a catch position from afar. I would be a little upset at the coordinator.
Make me run that far, coach.
Yeah.
Leave me on an island here.
Or I would have probably bumped him out. And what they're doing is they're blitzing here, with the outside blitz. And so they're going to take the running back with this outside blitzer. And then obviously linebacker number 0 has the dot back. And then obviously you got man-to-man. So it's, a different little bit of a change-up call for Jim Knowles, trying to eliminate their best receiver. You'll see right here, it's this quarterback. The quarterback throws it before he's open. So he's reading, the quarterback's reading these two guys right here. He knows this man, but he knows it's some sort of combination coverage. So he knows it. So it's film study by Penn State, film study by Northwestern. He's just adjusting off it, because what they have done, Northwestern does, and this is what we'll see against Nebraska, is they've tried to throw the slot fade to both sides. They'll come out in no backs, they'll throw it. They'll come back in 11 personnel, and they'll throw it to number 2. They're trying to get something up the seam, especially if you're playing zone or man, especially against off soft zone. And especially off man from depth. They're trying to get his number. Now they haven't completed, it seems like not one all year, but that's what you're going to get.
So there's in that slot fade, that Griffin Wild on the outside, the number 1 to the top of the screen. He's going to probably run something breaking in, and then it's kind of an out and up from the slot.
Yeah, it's just essentially what they'll do is it'll go right up the seam, or in this case up the hash, and the slot fade will be coming up, and it'll be right here. Gotcha. So you'll this is the money zone right there. And so we'll go to this next slide here. I thought I did a better job right here, again showing it. I wanted to get the down and distance in there when I didn't get it, but it's also a better view of exactly where they're at, a little bit more, because you can
it looks like they got 10 to go at the very least.
Yeah, and it's I think it's 2nd and 10, and so it lets you know they're coming right out. This is not a running formation. You got them in a pistol formation for the quarterback, not even trying to play action pass. So this is max protection. So max protection is, he's going to come here, block. He's going to come here, block. They're trying to get a nice pocket for that quarterback against the blitz. So they're passing. They're trying to read your coverage. Again, they're reading these two guys here. All right.
And the two linebackers, one to the offense.
Yeah, one's a slot, nickel, whatever you want to call it. Depends on what type of personnel you got in. And that's where he's going to go with it. But it plays right into Penn State plays right into his hands. He wants to get it to number 17. As you see on this next one here, right now you're starting to see the blitz, right? So they're blitzing off the corner with the nickel right here. So he's coming, right? And so it's kind of like it looks like play action, but look at his eyes right here. His eyes are reading him, right? So he's reading the coverage. So he knows when this guy blitzes, 24 is going out. We used to call it clue. So you're cluing, to number 2. So essentially you're reading number 2's release. That's
which in this case is free.
He's free, but you're in man. So you got to bust it out of there, and he must be a heck of an athlete to do it. Now look also at the safety. He's reading 17's release, right? So this is a match coverage right here is man to man. Don't even think about it, right? Look at 0 on the dot back. This fullback eventually will pick up the blitzer. Okay, so this is mano a mano, and just a little bit of we used to call this a triangle where you play 3 on 2. You'd read the releases. The guy short here would be anything inside. Now the safety would be taking anything up the seam, but you would play through him and then drop him after 10 yards. But this is straight up man-to-man with the we used to call it either catch technique or we'd be vicing it, right? And so that essentially is vice from afar. That is a long distance. This is why I don't like it for this safety to give inside help. That's in my position. I would have liked to seen number 24 line up a little bit tighter on the snap or kind of boss out there, or we used to call it boss, when you move over and through number 2, work through him, and then he be short and inside on number 17, and the corner would be we'd call high and hard. Hard on him, and you played anything high and outside on him, but you have inside help by this guy here.
Yeah.
And you see this route that comes up here, this mix of coverage and responsibility really plays into Northwestern's hands.
Before we move on to that, you mentioned on the previous look at the play that it was max protect with both backs stepping up. So if you are that linebacker responsible for the guy that you called the dot back, and he's just sitting in there, is it your job to try to get to the quarterback? Do you have to hang back and wait to see if he's just pausing for a beat or two and then going out to the flat? What's your responsibility?
Your responsibility. Listen, this is one of the times Reggie Herring is one of my favorite coaches. The one time that me and him almost pretty much we got in a shoving match, was about to come to blows, was based on something like this. So what we used to call it, and I would be in this position, let's just say, and I have him and he blocks, right? And it'd be probably more this guy where he's blocking an outside rusher. So the linebacker would check pass coverage. Once he makes contact with the outside rusher, then you try to get a pressure on the quarterback. We used to call it adding into the blitz, right? And that's what you should see actually.
Because it's better to do something than do nothing.
Right.
You're just standing there doesn't do anyone
now,
any good.
It depends, if you're going to be a hole dropper, if you get it's all game plan related. But when we were playing or when I was playing, I'm trying to get some hits on the quarterback, right? And
that's how you get paid, right?
This is a pressure blitz or man blitz now. So you want to bring it. You should be coming zero, I think, should be attacking on the snap of the ball to get into the quarterback's face and try to rush the pass. That's what his responsibility is. Now, the guy that's going to get picked up by the fullback is coming on the outside, right? And so this guy is checking. He's not doing anything. Make him earn his money, and then he might miss you. He could be checking outside, may think he's going to chip. You can kind of sneak in there, and the quarterback is already looking here. The pressure is coming. He can't check backside unless you're just out there just playing patty cake with the guy that's trying to block you. So that's what you should do. And obviously, look at the tape here. Now you see this type of pressure here, and look at it. You got two guys right here just killing grass, right? Everybody is in high pressure situations now, right? You had the catch technique, and he's running up the seam, right? 24 started here. He's up the seam with him. You got him trying to play inside help right here. You got the corner, right? Outside man. He looks like he might be looking at the quarterback, but he feels like he has inside help. That's good. Look how deep he is in his drop. He went from pistol to full 7-step drop, right? Pick up here by the fullback, right? Nice little pocket there for him, right? I think the running back did come over here and help the tackle, right? So then that means number 0 should have been helping on the blitz here.
He's just looking for work.
He's looking for work because the quarterback for Northwestern isn't a huge run threat. He's not going to go. He's not like Underwood where he can, tuck it and go 30-some yards for a touchdown.
I mean, not even Washington level.
Right.
Malik Washington.
Right. Not even that. And so you feel very comfortable. And that's game plan related. Obviously, if it's somebody that's, like Underwood, then you'd be in more of a spy technique and we used to call it mush rush. As it starts to go, then you find the crease and then your late rush, right? But that's not what you have here. So you see what you have right here, what's coming. And it's a good call. It's not a great call, but 17 or 8 and 17 are just better than you right now. 17 out there was giving these guys work. 6 and 4 would have had a long day at the office. Now they made their plays. 17 made more plays down the stretch. And you see what's coming here. And this route combination is pretty easy against man, right? You're essentially running the seam, deep end cut, and you're playing against the leverage, right? You got outside man. You got to cut it. You got to really run a really, really good route, which he does. So the top down defender that's helping from top down inside, you beat it. And that's exactly what he did here. And that's what I think they'll go to at times when they get under pressure, and plus when they get to take a shot, which I call go zone, right? You'll see this right here. You see the pocket here is another one, just a little quick snap right here, right? Pocket, probably good pressure, right? You could say he could step up, but right now, when you see it on video, this ball is already about to be out of his hands. He's just now coming out of his break. Now you see it more clear, and this is why I didn't like him from trying to be inside help so far, because look what confuses him and gets him kind of a little bit over. He went a little bit too rounded there. Then
he essentially ends up trailing the play.
He ends up trailing. Yeah. And what you want when you're the safety here, right, and you're playing and you're helping on this route here, you want him coming down 45 degrees. You want him to either intercept it and house call it or dislodge the ball and knock him out of the game.
Yeah, beat him to the spot.
Yeah, you want to and you're anticipating that. Right now, you can get a shake and go on that, but you feel like you got over the top help and outside on it. So you really have a chance to be really, really aggressive in this. And then also, I want to say, like, this is no different. Well, it's not. You couldn't do it against cover 4, but this is something. If you have a cover 4 match, we should run cover 8. So where we would play 2-1, especially if we have really good coverage by the inside linebacker against the tight end. And you'd be able to go and have your safety help out on a good receiver. So you see this right here, right? This quarterback is going right here. This is an easy read for him. Trust his fullback, right? Good physical play, right? Outside rusher kind of delayed and got him. These two guys are just watching. Two guys are worried about one running back. They just you played yourself, right? And so then when you see the end result here, right here, that ball is out of his hands, right? Okay, he came down, and they're lucky here when he catches it, right, that he's able to drag tackle him down, because if he's able to break that tackle, strike up the band. Because even though this guy's a pretty good athlete, he won't catch him because he's starting from a standstill. This guy has his back towards him. He's on, and he's potentially, if the quarterback rolls out here, guess what he's doing? He's turning that into a corner route, a 7-cut. And you got a plaster. And then these two guys right here were still killing grass. They have to turn and run. That's not happening either.
And receiver with the head steam's probably going to outrun him.
Number 10, made a touchdown saving tackle. It's a good call. It's better execution by Northwestern. And they throw to him often under pressure. They actually went back to this concept, or a concept like this. They ran it out of trips, and that's no different. Then let me get back to. So when I say they ran it out of trips, right, it's 11 personnel, 3 receivers to a side. So let's go back to the original one. All right, I'm going to explain the difference, how easy it is to break down tape right here when you think about it, right? Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Gotta make progress.
There we go.
All right, so when I say trips, right, it's 11 personnel, right?
That's essentially how they lined up in the run play, with the tight end on the left side of the line and those 2 receivers to the top.
Yeah, and that was 20. But that was like overload.
It was like 12 with the tight end. It
was 21 personnel, and then they had to slot to the tight end, and nothing. That was like, hey, we're running over here. Now they could have ran the little tackle throwback, but that's not. I mean, I thought they were going to do that early in the game. But here's what I mean by this: could be 11. This is how teams, and I always say San Francisco does a really good job of this. They can come in with different personnel and run the same plays, and it's almost the same formation. You just have to really hone in on how many people are to a side, right?
It's just about how they get there.
So there's no different. What's the difference between 11 personnel is 1 back, 1 tight end? This is 20 personnel. That's 2 running backs, no tight ends, right? But he's offset. So what's the difference from him being right here versus right here?
About
nothing.
5 yards.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking it, right, and they ran the same play when it was money time, and they needed a big first down in the fourth quarter as they were going to get the game-winning drive. So what did they do? Here's what they did. They kind of, they body blow, and then they came back to that original run play, or the original run play was the game-stealing run play, and this was the play to set up. So when you think about when you're watching the game, that's what the coordinators do. They get some success in the first quarter, and they're like, I can come back to it when I need it, and that's exactly what they did against Penn State, and obviously it didn't work out too well for Penn State. And they're lucky enough they didn't get an explosive play and a touchdown here on this very last slide here, and how important it is that they are able to make this tackle, because if not, this would have been a little bit earlier exit for James Franklin. He might have been at halftime. And that's the difference, right? Where I said, you'd like where he had to round his break because of the action here. So essentially you played yourself out of the play. And then so he wasn't able to come downhill and maybe make a play on the ball. A big, huge pass breakup. Not only that, they have to punt from about right here. You potentially could get the ball at the 15. Now they have the ball at their 40, 10 more yards is field goal range, which I think they did get a field goal, or potentially you're down. All based on the execution of the coverage, maybe have a call, and then also something that nobody ever talks about is the two guys that I've been harping on because I've been in that position that were killing grass. Because if you have somebody that that's dropping out in a short hole or a hook drop, and you're blitzing, the pre-snap communication is you give a head nod or you've already practiced it during the week. Then I'm going, and you got to clean up any of my mess. That's what was so good when I used to play with Farley and those guys. We kind of all worked out all these things depending on whether we were playing Texas Tech with Byron Hatzbart or we were playing like I say, like a Danny Warfel, who was more of a pocket quarterback. We can take more chances. And that's where you have to know the why and invest and really understand who you're playing, because you might run this one way in practice, but in the game, and you get in certain situations, you got to know that you have to be able to crank it up a little bit, because I'm sure Penn State have told them, okay, this is take a shot area. They're going to take a shot. They're letting you know that they're going to pass. We're blitzing in a high risk, high reward type of blitz. We have a little bit of unique coverage on number one. We have got to get him off his spot. They didn't either. Clean pocket, really good pickup, timing, easy read. Boom.
The other part of the timing is that guy running the go from the slot.
Yeah.
For him to clear like that, I do wonder, I'd love your opinion on this too. Had that safety, that single high safety that started kind of in the middle of the field, would it have been to his advantage to start on the hash to begin with, or did he have maybe a better angle by starting closer to the middle of the field, where had he remembered or known that his job was to help on one?
Yeah.
Does he have to take his first step back like an outfielder, right? Every time the ball is hit, your first step is back? Or is that a guy you can pause, assuming that they're going to be looking that way?
It's called a flat foot read.
Because then I would think starting where he did gives him more of a straight line angle to get there instead of going back and then having to
you're right. And depends on how he's coached. And I've seen guys do different. I mean, you got great players like Troy Polamalu and Eddie Reed. They can take chances. And if they get burnt, coaches like, they're in the Hall of Fame. They got yellow jackets that can kind of do. And also you have to know your personnel locked up. Right? Again, this is communication. If you're going to do that, it's not just a solo choice by him.
Right.
He has to communicate here, and here what he's doing. Right? Because if you know that he's calling, let's just say he's flat foot reading it, right? Now, this guy over here, let me get this back up. This guy down here, I'll do this. Here's what we used to do. You just put it right here. You cover him to infinity. Okay, you're infinity, right? You got the infinity stone, right? If you're doing that, number 10, right, and you could start over here, and then you give the whatever your signal is, then he has to play a lot different, right, and then he has to play a little bit different, right, because he's coming to steal, right. So you have to be a little bit more maybe of a trail or bail technique, and you're coming in there and you're trying to make a play on the ball. If they kind of go to the second window, which would be here, then you got to really clamp down on it. But that's all the pre-snap communication that comes from experience with each other, and then that's also how much freedom you have from a defensive coordinator standpoint to DB coach to whatever, because it's a 3-level communication, and then also you want to make sure that in some ways, the second level guys, which is be him, right? Or the
grass killers,
that you're understanding that they're taking a chance. We got to either put the pressure on them, or we got to make sure that we're actually playing a deeper hole so we can be some help in for either outside or a missed tackle.
Muddy up that throwing lane a little bit.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you got everybody's back because they're trying to really bring it. And this guy right here is he's in a hard position, but he's
compromised.
He's compromised.
But he made up for it.
But that lets you know when you get on your horse, he had really good coverage with him. But the good point that you had, though, Austin, though, what made this play, right, is him. He got on his horse, didn't hesitate when he saw the blitz. He knew he wasn't the side adjust because they had max protection, right? Generally against the blitz, settle down, get it, and try to make somebody miss. It's a Wes Welker special and Julian Edelman and all that, right? Some guys they throw away the blitz, throw away from the blitz. Some coordinators and quarterbacks throw to the blitz or the blitzer, the guy that's closest to him. But he made the play by clearing out the man-to-man, made it a little bit harder for him to come down and make the play and make a huge play. But you can also, this is one way you could do it. You could have him up man-to-man, right? You're going to play him outside. He's still playing hard inside, giving both guys help, and then he's late there, right? Because when you're man-to-man, you're trying to push them to the sideline. If they throw like a jump ball or something, the safety could be late. There's all different ways that I've seen guys play it. Penn State that chose to do it this way, but more importantly, this is what Northwestern goes to. And when they go, their biggest things that they've done, they run a kind of like a little bit of a shallow cross with the tight end opposite. So essentially, you go pro formation with the slot to the field, tight end delay. That's what the new thing is. I call it super delay. They'll do that. But then they've shown when they get into 5 wides or 5 guys out in quarterback and shotgun, they're trying to hit the slot seam or slot fade. That's it. So they're trying to go feast or famine because the reason why they think they can do that is because then they've been able to run the ball effectively enough to kind of slow the game down, and then they pick a series. Against Oregon, it was a 3rd series. Against Penn State, it was a 2nd series. That they get a little bit of freelance and say, let's see if we can get something, especially if their defense is coming out setting the tone. And I watched a little bit of the Oregon game. Oregon did not blow them out. They were playing at that soccer stadium, which was weird. It looked like they were playing like at a high school.
Right there on the lake. Yeah.
But in the connection wasn't as good yet, between the quarterback and his receivers. But they were running the ball and they were pushing Oregon around. Just basic double team and bump. I mean, they're well coached, and so Nebraska's in for another fist fight, man. There's nothing like it. This is getting, a little bit cooler out, and people are going to try to run the ball. Nebraska stops the run. I feel very confident that they'll be able to get their hands on or have opportunities to get interceptions because the quarterback does it. I mean, he's essentially chucking and ducking, and so. They got to make sure they don't get him the money time because it's going to 17 or 86 to tight end. So, and, another whiteboard Wednesday, not a whiteboard Wednesday, Black Shirt Breakdown, pre-Thirsty Thursday. So I just earned maybe a little libation from Kevin.
Indeed.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate the feedback too. Appreciate it. Got some direct messages that they like it. So anyways, old school. We'll be right back. Got a lot going on.
I got a question for you about the Nebraska secondary when we get back, Jay. Based on something Matt Rule said in his presser today.
All right.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Just a theory.
All right.
He's Jay. I'm Austin. This is Old School. Back in a sec.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg-curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds today with a high near 65. Tonight, increasing clouds and calm winds, low near 45. And tomorrow, a chance of showers, otherwise cloudy skies, with a high near 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Huck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we go, rolling right along on Old School 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Another Whiteboard Wednesday, but this time on a Thursday in the books. Matt Rule spoke today. Jay, let's go ahead and get into that. I did tell you I wanted to ask you about the Nebraska secondary. First and foremost, here is Matt Rule regarding the secondary on Malcolm Hartzog and his injury. What's going on with that situation?
I don't know. It's his groin, so it's an. I don't know if that's abductor or adductor. It's one of those words, but so it'll be sort of like one of those core muscle injuries that you can come back from, usually in about 6 or so weeks. But you're asking kids to make bets on the future that they don't know, and so honestly, it'll probably take someone like last year going to court and suing to have the rule be remedied. And I know like our basketball coaches, our football coach, we're all trying to figure out like, hey, as you're taking care of, coaching your team as best you can this year, but getting ready for next year, hey, what will that mean? So I think it'll pass at some point. But as I said, my job is to do right by every kid on this team as best I can. And all I know right now is that it didn't pass.
So he had surgery because the 5-for-5 didn't pass. What does that mean Nebraska is going to do at the nickel position? Any changes or more of the same? Here's Matt Rule.
No, I mean, we haven't had him since, I think he got hurt right before they did that light show and put up his picture, so that was the last moment for Malcolm, unfortunately for him. So we've gone full board with, Sierra's the nickel, Donnie and Marshall the corners, then Amari and Jeremiah ready to roll, and Jameer Khan got in the last game, played well. So those will be our guys. And I'm pretty sure everyone's banged up at this point of the year. Pretty sure Northwestern has some guys that are banged up. I don't know. It comes down to a war of wills and who wants to play. And so guys like Rocco, give me great V9, give me great hope.
We'll get to Rocco and Vincent Shavers there in just a second. But during that answer, Jay, Matt Rule said that they're going to continue with Sierra Wright as the starting nickelback, Donnie Jones, Andrew Marshall starting on the outside at corner, Amari Sanders, Jeremiah Charles, the other guys mentioned, then Jameer Khan at nickel. I'm of two minds of this. Number one, I love the idea of cross-training, of getting guys reps at multiple positions. I think that could help their NFL future. The more places, more positions you can learn, the better, I would think. On the flip side of that, we've seen that affect Malcolm Hartzog's play, moving back and forth between safety and corner. Yeah. We've seen that affect Marquise Buford's play, moving back and forth between safety and corner. I know that was a big Travis Fisher thing, the cross-training back in the day, and I get it to a point. But if you're high on Sierra Wright's future, and he's a lockdown outside corner, isn't that why you have a backup nickelback? Isn't that why you go get Jameer Khan to be ready for game 8 of a season where, hey, you can keep Sierra Wright at his more natural position? Because I would tend to agree that in a vacuum, Sierra Wright and Donovan Jones are a better combination than Sierra Wright and Jameer Khan. But instead of getting worse at one position due to injury, Nebraska has Donnie Jones, who they view as like a 1B more so than a true 2 in the lineup, but they're moving another guy to a position that Matt Rule said a couple weeks ago he hadn't played, until the offseason, until he got to Nebraska, and then he put in the reps in practice to get there. Why would Nebraska not just keep Sierra Wright on the outside and turn to their backup nickel? Why would they mess with 2 positions instead of just moving to 1 backup?
Well, normally if you got somebody that's able to do and really grasp the the responsibilities of it. First of all, it takes a unique player and person to play nickel. You just ain't gonna just because you're the backup nickel doesn't mean you need to be playing. So I think I'm assuming that you look at, okay, how much drop off, if there is drop off from Sierra to Donovan on the outside. So you measure that. And then where's the uptick in the dependability on Sierra, what he's shown, playmaking ability and all that stuff, and know the knowledge of the defense at nickel.
So it's Wright versus Jones and then Wright versus Khan, weighing those trade-offs.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, it's Jones on the outside, then it's essentially Sierra. You're getting probably more speed, playmaking, and it depends on how you use your nickel. Sometimes it's it could be like, okay, you could be the nickel, but you might go out and guard somebody else depending on like size of the opponent. So I think it's a little bit, you're trying to get your best players on the field, and
But are they your best players if they're not put in the best position to succeed?
Well, I mean, but they're not. They didn't get beat last week because of that.
I'm just saying in general, right? Is Sierra Wright a better, boundary outside corner or a better nickel?
But that's not. I mean, you're not comparing one the player at multiple positions. You're trying to put your best complete defense out there. Well, like your whole defense.
My argument is Nebraska's defense could be better if Sierra Wright was playing his more natural position on the outside.
And then you have a hole at nickel. Then you'd be.
But that's one hole. Instead of slight downgrade at 2, it's just one position that you have to fill instead of. Yeah. And again,
I mean, sure, yeah, but there's not that you can't really measure that. I mean, any defensive struggles Nebraska has is self-inflicted. So it's not a necessarily like a, I'd say this. So Hartzog and Buford, when they had to go from safety, or especially Hartzog, is when he was really excelling or making plays at the safety position. I think he was at 4 interceptions at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He took one for the team and went to corner. That's a deficit there. I don't think there's much to doing that, right? Like as far as like switching Sierra. And the more you could do, I mean, you go to the pros and you think you're just going to just hang out on the outside, you better learn how to play nickel. So sure, I mean, I don't think I just think with this team, any of the struggles is punching yourself in the face. Now granted, if you go play Ohio State, you're at a athletic deficit. You play Oregon, okay, you got to work around some things. I think right now their biggest opponent isn't scheme, isn't where they're playing. Now, sure, Sierra's shown the ability to compete and all that stuff on the outside, but at some point in time, they must have liked what they saw from Donovan Jones, right? Whether it's the Cincinnati game or some other game. So, but with this team, everything that they faced, and maybe both good and bad, right? Done some good stuff, but what they obviously didn't do to a high enough level last week, and obviously against Michigan, is self-inflicted.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. I mean, and here's what I'll say: is Minnesota's defensive line or scheme 9 sacks better than Nebraska's total like offensive personnel?
Shouldn't be.
It's not.
Can't
you
be.
just didn't play well. So once you start playing well and you play well for extended amount of time, which is obviously 4 quarters, then you can really dive into it. But sure, I mean, both can be right, but I think more importantly, the biggest thing is they got to like get it. Like we just showed on that whiteboard Wednesday. Everything counts. When you go back and look at it, the most important block was the fullback against the slot blitzer,
right?
Because he gave him a clean pocket. If you miss him or you don't block him and push him upfield and he gets underneath you, he can't complete that pass. That's why it's so important for the other guy that's covering the running back, or guys that are maybe in and out on the running back, right? One of you have to do something because you have to throw off the timing of it. So in Nebraska's case, you got to get back on time. You got to do those little things, right? And then when you do those little things, you're able to make the plays that nobody's talking about, that fullback, making that play. He made that play. He was that's a winning play. That's an upset victory play. And so Nebraska's got to start getting back to those.
Did it seem to you like Minnesota was going after Donovan Jones in particular, or is that just it just happened?
They might have been. He's a new guy. He always is that.
But is he that new? He's been playing since Cincinnati.
You're new. You ain't played. You ain't done nothing. Like, I mean, established, right? Marshall's older. He's been in, and Sierra, right? The new guy that's kind of in a new position. Yeah, you definitely could pick that. I've been on that. I've been there. I've been in that position. So, I mean, it could be the way you roll your coverage, where they're throwing away from guys, so you're going to get a lot of action. The biggest thing is you got to make sure you just be able to answer the bell.
Is that a guy in Donovan Jones you could see moving to Deshaun Singleton's position next year?
I could see him. Yeah, he can hit. He's shown the ability to run stop. He could play. I'm sure he could play nickel. I mean, I don't know all like his attributes or something. He looks like he's a pretty thick kid. He's put together pretty good. I know he runs decent. More than decent. I know he's a pretty good athlete. Because him and his brother, they're 2 phenomenal athletes.
Oh yeah.
So I know he can run. I know he can jump. I know he's a willing hitter. So he could be, like that. They played like they kind of play like a nickel hybrid, like a little bit. I call it like an inverted like linebacker safety. You're kind of like the cleanup man.
That rover, different role,
right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of flexibility with him as you think of it right now. If you just look back at that Northwestern pass play. No, look, just deal with right now. I mean, that's the most important thing. But you have enough guys that have the skill set that can kind of do what 24 did and not be such a detriment in the run game. That's where Penn State felt like they were cooking with peanut oil. The only thing is they didn't clean the grease.
Whoops.
So you're trying to fry some chicken and you still got fish grease in there and they ain't tasting so good.
It's the oils, man. The greases.
Hey, man, you gotta
make sure I'm on point.
Hey, man, back when I grew up, man, we used to have Crisco oil. Then you put it back in there. We definitely had 2 or 3 of them. The one depends on what we were cooking.
It just comes pre-flavored.
Hey,
I know.
You got the
stacked
spice.
flavors
Yeah,
on flavors.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You got to keep. You know, with that spice, you got to season your meat.
How about it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think just, it sucks with Hartzog because I think he brought a little bit of a quiet leadership, a little bit of cool, calm, and collective. You can trust him. And I think his home was kind of that little joker position or whatever you want to call it.
I still think he could be Kenny Moore.
Who the heck is Kenny Moore?
Colts nickel slot guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was playing.
Yeah,
Like,
I still
like
really like him in that role.
Yeah, that's what he was at.
Yeah.
And with him being gone, well, for instance, okay, look at Cincinnati. I know the pass, the guy, Sorsby, that was a bad pass. But you look at it, that's a slot fade or slot seam fade, whatever. You like that matchup and it's a little bit more favorable. So, he's going to be sorely missed. Hopefully he gets healthy and be able to come back and help the team in some form.
Matt Rule says could be by the bowl game, depending on when that game is. So we will certainly keep monitoring that. A couple more Husker football injury updates to get to before Thirsty Thursday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 26th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strip steaks for $6.98 each. USDA Choice Tri-Tip Roast, $8.99 per pound. And from Thursday through Saturday, enjoy a 3-day sale on all natural chicken breasts, $1.99 per pound. Buy 4, get 4 free on seasoned pork patties and all natural pork butt, $1.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Bonsall Pool & Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonzalpool.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Cobble Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Cobble is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Cobble Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Short one here, wrapping up hour one of Old School on a Thirsty Thursday. Uncle Kevin Meyer waiting outside. I'm Austin Norman. He is Jay Foreman. We do make up the Old School with Foreman and Orman crew 3 to 6 weekdays here, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. One other injury update, Jay. Rocco Spindler, Matt Rule said, had his finger, break, obviously pop out. They tried to readjust it, get it popped back in on the sideline. Didn't work. Went to the emergency room and was with the team by the time the game ended. Vaguely reminiscent of Tommy Armstrong at Ohio State, going headfirst into the turf in a blowout loss, going to the hospital and
he got concussed.
Concussed, and then
came back, right?
back in street clothes later on. Matt Rule said Rocco Spindler's the type of guy that Nebraska needs more of. Tough winner, team first sort of guy. Comes down to pain tolerance with Rocco Spindler. He'll be wearing a club. And if you're wearing a club, you better not hold. You can't hold. So Rocco Spindler, if you get called for a holding penalty, what's going on, my guy?
Just only if you get beat bad, you go ahead. We'll take that, man. Listen, it's commendable. I mean, I will say this, man. Whether it's Nebraska or any other team, playing sports is hard. Football is the hardest. It's ultimate team sport. It takes a lot of courage to play football. It takes some desire to try to be better than you were. It takes some humility, hunger, and heart to answer the bell after you embarrass yourself. And then also it takes a little bit or intestinal fortitude and want to, and all the things that I mentioned prior to put your body on the line. And very easily he could have sat out a week, but to come back, I think he said he was at practice,
Practice today, in fact.
Practice or participating in practice. It lets you know that he's invested. There's no days off, and so, you need more guys like that. That's what you need when you start to think who you can trust, depend on. You want guys that are going to answer the bell, because football is a selfless sport. You put your body through a lot, your mind, and it's always commendable when somebody's going to stand up and be 10 toes down for the bigger purpose.
It's tough to make a noticeable impact to an outsider at right guard, but Rocco Spindler, I think, has been worth whatever it took to get him.
Yeah, he's been consistent. I mean, you know what you're going to get when you come from Notre Dame. He provides leadership by some of the stuff he's doing right now. Probably hasn't said anything about it, but he just knows what you got to do to win. That's what a part of the reason we're getting a guy from a winning program that knows you don't win. You don't get to where Notre Dame was last year without guys being able to sacrifice some stuff. And that's what I always say. in order to get what you want, you got to sacrifice something. And so for him, he's definitely sacrificing the easy part, which would be to sit out and not participate and look out. Hey, I did my part, and sit back and rest on his laurels. He's going to try to, lay it on the line for the team.
Keep talking some more Nebraska Northwestern throughout the course of the show and tomorrow as well. But we turn our attention to Thirsty Thursday right after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 26th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strip steaks for $6.98 each. USDA Choice Tri-Tip Roast, $8.99 per pound. And from Thursday through Saturday, enjoy a 3-day sale on all natural chicken breasts, $1.99 per pound. Buy 4, get 4 free on seasoned pork patties and all natural pork butt, $1.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Cobble Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Cobble is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Cobble Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Not bad. A little rusty, low practice, but
Oh, I've had plenty of practice, trust me.
not on the radio.
Not on the radio.
Back in a while. He's back.
Personal practice.
Kevin Meyer, Meyer's Cork and Bottle, here for Thirsty Thursday on Old School. It's been approximately eternity since you've been here, Kevin. Welcome back.
This is let's see, we missed the last two Thirsty Thursdays. I've been on vacation. Yeah, we're having a dark beer today. This is going to be fun. This is this has got some mud in there.
Got some yeast in there, don't it? Is that what this is?
This is a Bell's Brewing out of Michigan, special double cream stout, sweet stout.
Hello.
And so it's going to be rich. It's going to be creamy, but it's also going to have some malty sweetness to it. Ooh. I'm guessing it'll probably also have some chocolate notes, some coffee notes. Should be really smooth. Yeah, it should be kind of fun.
My first thought was root beer, but it's even darker than that.
It looks
like a little coffee taste.
It looks
right?
like espresso.
Yeah, that's more like
it. Look at bitter beer face on Ellie over there.
I had already taken a drink before you guys, and that was like a 10-second aftershock.
It's not bad. I usually don't drink dark beer. That's not bad though.
It it isn't one that you would want to sit there and drink 2 or 3 of, but this is kind of a winter warmer type. It's not winter yet, it's fall, but we're kind of getting into that season with these type of beers, and they're just fun sippers. Like I said, I definitely get coffee notes out of it.
Big time. Big time.
And a little bit almost like not like milk chocolate, but almost like a dark chocolate or a bitter chocolate.
Yeah, more like the cocoa than the chocolate.
Yeah,
so
right.
This is this your since it got a little coffee, this is your morning beer? Since you have a shower beer,
this is your diesel.
You got the lawn beer, you got the patio pound, you got just get up in the morning. Say you want some coffee? Now I'm just gonna have this little beer real quick. Just give me a
this would be a great beer to have for an 11 o'clock kickoff game.
There it is.
Hey,
You're out there tailgating. It's brisk.
This does look like a cold beer. The light beer for me is when it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is definitely a cold weather beer. So
you know what I envision this, Kevin? Just because I like this pullover though. You're a big dude. You look the other way, you might be covered up, a little light, but a
little light in the loafers. Is that what you meant?
No, a little light. I might have to take this off you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got my Carolina blue going on.
But I think this is the type of beer. You're at the crib. Since I'm from Minnesota, Ellie, they usually come by your house and they sell you those big old things that are like firewood. And you got the fire going and you just fellowship.
That's right.
This is that type of beer.
You got some tunes going on the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You're sitting around the fire, chopping it up. It's cold, but you got your gear on.
Yeah.
And no reason to go inside when you got the right gear. This is that kind of beer.
Little roasty.
Roasty.
Definitely malty. Chocolate stood out to me a little bit as well. I do like the darker brown on the foam too, right? It's not like the carbonation bubbles, and it's not like the typical like light foam. That's like a Like you toasted the foam over the fire like a marshmallow.
They are calling it a double cream stout, and so it does have that sort of creamier type of head. Although they call it a sweet stout, but I don't think it's that sweet. It has a little bit more like that dark chocolate, sort of bitter chocolate cocoa flavor in coffee, but it's not sweet. Sometimes those sweet stouts have too much. It's milk sugars is what they add. It's lactose.
Your lactoses, yeah.
And but they don't.
Any galactoses or just lactoses?
Just lactoses.
Okay, makes sense.
So is milk in there?
Well, it's milk sugar, yeah. And so a lot of times they'll add lactose during fermentation, and then they'll allow the yeast to eat some of that. It ups the alcohol content, but adds some smoothness to the beer. This they're just adding it on the back end, but to me it's light-handed with the milk sugar, so it's really just pretty pleasant.
All things considered, that was a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. I've still never had a Guinness. I don't know how this would compare. Probably on the sweeter end, right? Since it's sweet stout and Guinness isn't labeled as that, to my knowledge, is it?
Well, and there's different kinds of Guinness. So you've got
I'm saying just like plain Jane, just middle of the road.
You've got your draft Guinness, which has the widget in the bottom, which is a nitrogen packet, so it makes it taste like it does out of the tap. Now, those are very light, actually. Those are only about 95 calories and only come in at about 4% alcohol. Then you've got your Guinness Extra Stout, which is going to come in about 6.5, 6.8, and be a much bigger style of beer and have a bit more bitterness to it. So it kind of, I would say this probably falls between the two. It's got more oomph than the Guinness Draft, but maybe not as much juice as the Extra Stout.
Not unleaded, not fully leaded. Somewhere in between.
Indeed. I'm looking for the ABV on here. 6.1.
Really?
So nothing crazy, but it's
a lot of beer for a lightweight.
And these come in 12-ounce bottles. So, it's, I think for those early tailgates, it's going to get down to probably 35 degrees. And so you're getting up and it's still pretty chilly, even though it's going to warm up into the 60s. This is that pregame.
This is the party starter. Just
starter.
Just get your first one in.
Skip the coffee. Just go for the double cream stout.
Yeah, man. About 7:05, 7:06.
Would you want to start with this beer on its own at a tailgate? Like I get the party starter mentality, but I don't know if I could start with something like dark like that.
This is at the house
before you even hit the gate.
Yeah, this is when you wake up.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Right.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Maybe let people know too. How do they get it that dark?
So that comes from the roasting of the malts. So the more they roast the malts, the darker the beer. And so unroasted malts, you're going to have more of your lagers and your pilsners and your golden style type of ales. And your stouts and your ambers and your porters, that all is a result directly of roasting those malts. That's where you get that color.
There you go. We're on Thursday. Kevin Myers, Cork and Bottle, 13th and South with us. Let's move on to the wine. Kevin, what we got today?
A Spanish red called Rio Madre. It's a Rioja. Rio Madre means Mother River. Mother River. I threw out quite a few Mother Rivers watching that Husker game last weekend. And
from a distance, even
from a distance. And yeah, I was
you got the game down there.
Yeah. I was on Eastern time zone, so kickoff didn't even start until about 8:15. And so stayed up a little past my bedtime, but
and it wasn't worth it.
It was not. It was rough. It was rough.
At what point did you give up on the game? Did you watch it all the way through?
I did watch it all the way through.
Respect.
I'm an eternal optimist, and so I held on hope until basically when it became a two-score game with one possession left, and obviously do the math, but
it was Hunter's drop for me.
Yeah, that was rough. The whole time I was thinking there were two things that factored in my brain, and no excuses, but it is difficult to travel on the road, go to a different time zone, come back, get readjusted, and then go back on the road, especially on a short week, right? So no excuses. People do it all the time, but it is difficult. I mean, just ask Jacksonville Jaguars. They go overseas. They've been playing great football. They go overseas and just lay an egg, and because whatever it is, their energy level isn't there. Their bio clocks are messed up, whatever it is. And
the Rams are also just good.
And the Rams are also just good. but a lot of matchups come to, down to timing too, and style of play and whatever else. The other thing that factored into me was I watched the Rule press conference when the Penn State talk came up, and it's okay for, the elephant in the room to say, hey, that's where I'm from. But I'm the coach at the University of Nebraska right now. And what I wished you would have said was, I'm not going to be the coach that's known for leaving after year 3 every place I go. I'm just not going to. I'm a Nebraska Cornhusker, and this is my home now. So that's all I'm going to say. And that would have squashed it. But I think they just left enough lingering doubt where players kind of went, does he really have our back? And it felt like they kind of laid down for him. And I don't know, again, I'm hoping that it was just the travel hangover, that sort of thing, and it was an anomaly. I'm hoping that there wasn't trust lost in that process, because I've been doing a lot of research on leadership, and
you are the owner of a small business. I respect that.
Well, it's just one of those things that sort of fascinates me, and everyone has their own leadership style. I'm not a military bark orders at you type guy. I'm going to do my best to equip you with the tools that I can to allow you to be successful, and I'm going to let you run with the ball, and I'm going to hold you accountable if you drop it, but I'm going to do it with support and love. I'm not going to do it with, breaking your chain. Now, there's this type of leadership that's called transactional leadership. And it's sort of if you do this for me, then you're going to get this. And that works on the temporary side. And I've been in sales for a long time. And a lot of times when you have a sales job, it's a very transactional sort of thing. So you've got this quota to make this money. And then the trouble is that apple or that carrot in front of the nose becomes that transaction, once it's repeated over and over and over again, gets stale. The motivation goes away. And so there's different ways you can go about it. A lot of times they just raise your quota and say you're going to have to work harder for the same amount of money to make the same goal. And that eventually goes away too. Now, one of the things like what Nick Saban said is what made him a better coach after he left Michigan State and after he left was that he quit focusing on being a transactional leader and being a relationship leader. So it's going to be a scenario where we're going to equip you with all the tools in order to be successful. And we're going to lay out all of those goals and all of those efforts and all of those expectations. And if you don't meet those, then there's going to be repercussions, but we're going to help you meet those goals. And so your relationship and your leadership is less transactional. It's more about personal accountability and following through, and trust is a huge part of that. So my biggest fear was that maybe they lost a little bit of trust, that he didn't squash that like he could have. Now, I don't know from a hole in the ground when it comes to any of this stuff, but that was just sort of my pocket philosopher view on all of it. And I'm hoping I'm wrong.
That was deep.
Deep?
That was deep. Is it as deep as this read? That's the real question.
Yeah.
You were locked in?
You were locked in?
I was like on every word you said. I was here. I was present.
Oh,
like,
you're the best, Ellie. You're the best.
You. That was very insightful.
Yeah. Nice.
Clench it.
So let's get back to the wine. So Mother River, Rio Madre. This is a Rioja. It is from the country of Spain. Rioja is the flagship area of Spain red wines. They do make red wines all throughout the country, but it's kind of like what Tuscany would be to Italy, Rioja is to Spain. And this is actually unique because most Rioja is either made of a grape called Tempranillo or another grape called Garnacha. This one's actually made of a grape called Graciano. And it's done by a guy by the name of Jorge Ordóñez, who is sort of being lauded as one of the saviors of the Spanish wine industry. He basically what he does, he goes into these old world areas that have been doing things the same way for several hundred years. These wineries have been passed down through multiple generations, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And he basically says, I'm going to come in, I'm going to invest my own money. We're going to get you more modern winemaking equipment. We're going to get you more modern viticulture techniques. We're going to trellis your vines. We're going to do a variety of things to bring your wines more into this century, but we're not going to let that go of the heritage. So you really get a hybrid of a new world style in an old world country. So if you'll notice when you take a sip, I noticed that the beer didn't set this up wonderfully, but take a sip and then take another one. You'll get that upfront fruit of like you would out of a good Napa Cab or something like that, but then you get that earthy, smoky spice in the back end, which is real part of the identity of a good Spanish red, and it's unique to those wines of Spain. And I don't know if it's because of the soils, I don't know if it's because of the barrels, I don't know if it's because of the grape varietals, or a combination of all those factors, but they have that really cool smoky taste. And I love, smoking meats and grilling stuff and whatever else. So a wine like this goes great.
That's good. I like it. A nice ribeye.
Nice ribeye, one of those tri-tips that you do like a,
You ever cook that? What's it called? The porcata? The kind of the ones at the Brazilian steakhouse. Cook them medium rare. It's a form of tri-tip.
Okay.
But they said that's the only porcata. Yeah.
I can't say that I have.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up and try
it's
it.
new fad now. They said it has fat on there. I forget what it's called. I watched Meat Dad. You ever see that dude?
Yeah.
He it's his new thing he's trying to get people to buy.
So is that a low and slow or a high and hot?
Low and slow, and it's medium rare is the best.
Okay,
so you got the sirloin cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picanha.
Yeah, picanha, and then
So you gotta go really, really low heat to get that medium rare, so that those sort of membranes and whatnot break down. So it's not like shoe leather. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Fat that he tells you not to trim. It would go excellent with that.
Yeah. Well, making me hungry.
One up yesterday.
I don't know if you put the words in my mouth or took the words out of my mouth describing this wine. Again, I'll agree with you with the beer. My first drink was almost a little sour. Maybe my palate's just off.
Because of the sweetness of the beer made the wine taste that way.
A little bit,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
That definitely went away with the second sip. So you do get that. You can even smell the fruitiness up front, and then you do get hit. It's a nice little pop of those spices. Like it just kind of slowly washes over, and then boom, hey, it's not fruit anymore. Got the spice. Pay attention. It's here.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it's sort of to me, it's like a smoky paprika type of thing, or maybe a little bit of like cumin, something along those lines. But that smoky style of spice, it's not hot, but it has that sort of flavor to it. And it's just, the wines are so interesting. And the thing I love about them the best is that this wine's $20 on the shelf all day, every day. And to me, I think if this wine said that you could take the exact same wine that came from Napa Valley, it'd be 40 or 50. So you get a lot of bang for your buck, and their wines definitely punch above their weight class.
Would you bring this one to Thanksgiving, Kevin?
Heck yeah. Yeah. So I smoke the bird. First do a 2-day brine, stuff it with, I do chopped onion, celery, apples, and carrots. And then you take an orange, cut it in half, you plug the neck and you plug the back in, but you stuff everything, rub it down with some olive oil, some really lots of good spices as well. And then, and that's after a 2-day brine, and then put that on the smoker for a good, probably 4 hours. And then then I'll take it and actually put it in the oven bag and finish it off in the oven bag. So that gets that skin all nice and crispy, collects all the juice, and then you make your gravy out of that. And then baste it also with that.
Speaking our language here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting excited for that.
As you should, just around the corner, about a month away from Thanksgiving.
My favorite holiday.
Halloween is already next week.
That's crazy.
Okay. Your favorite holiday is Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
So I'm going to assume you're on the same team as me, that once Halloween is over, we can't just get the Christmas decorations in stores.
Correct.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
Always have.
I mean, they can be in stores, but they can't be in my house.
I don't even want them like that prominent. If you're going to have your Christmas stuff out, it's got to be like tucked away in the back. Not on the end caps, not in front, not right when you walk in the store as soon as Halloween's over. I know there's not a bunch of decorations and whatnot for Thanksgiving, not to the same degree as Halloween.
There are some.
And Christmas, but
Just
there's
fall.
enough.
Right. You got
And
your
the
fall,
whole
your
point-
cornucopias, and
The whole point of Thanksgiving is to pause and to be grateful.
right.
Not just skip on over.
Right.
We got to start acting like it.
Well, we live in a capitalist society, and the seasonal creep is real. And so, you go into Target in June and they've got back to school, and it's like, no, we just got out 2 weeks ago. Right. So, and we see it in beer too. So like they start asking us to buy Oktoberfest in July. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Now,
You're a man of principle, Kevin.
if you don't start buying them in August, you might lose out. That's the tricky part. But Now we're starting to see beers like this special double cream stout from Bell's come in. Really, that's more of a winter beer. It's just really fall right now. And it's beautiful. But I don't want to will winter into existence, but I just thought it would be a type of beer that you would drink for an early fall kickoff like we have this weekend.
It's different. Haven't had anything like that for a while.
Yeah.
If ever on the show. So we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Instead of your coffee, drink a Bell's special double cream sweet stout
that you can find at Myers Cork and Bottle.
Indeed.
Fall wine sale over, but not too late to stock up on wine for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
And we will have a Turkey Day sale as well. So we'll have a nice selection of things that to pair with your special holiday meal at a discount and the best staff in town to help you pick it out.
There you go. Find the experts at 13th and South, Myers Cork and Bottle. Kevin, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you, fellas. Take care.
We'll be back to more Old School after this on The Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 26th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strip steaks for $6.98 each. USDA Choice Tri-Tip roast, $8.99 per pound. And from Thursday through Saturday, enjoy a 3-day sale on all natural chicken breasts, $1.99 per pound. Buy 4, get 4 free on seasoned pork patties and all natural pork butt, $1.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pile-Up. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you the listener on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman here. This segment brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. They're based out of Howland, Nebraska. They offer a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today for more information at 402-430-3852. or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. The other important number, at least in the NBA, 1-800-BETS-OFF. Holy smokes, Jay. Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier again, Damon Jones, and potentially 34 other co-conspirators across two different gambling scandals. Terry Rozier and Damon Jones more in the point shaving or insider information, insider trading realm. Chauncey Billups, initially, it was the illicit poker games, but it's coming out that sounds like it was Chauncey Billups feeding some information on players' availability status to some people to place bets on here over the course of the last few years. This, you would think, would really rock the NBA.
Yeah, man. It's at a crucial time for the NBA where, you had Wemby had a great game, like coming, outcoming of a true superstar, the improvement that he made, 41-15 and whatever else he had in the box.
41-15, like 3, 4, and 70% shooting.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dominant performance, and then you wake up the next morning and you have some guys that are Hall of Fame players, and Chauncey Billups, and world champion player himself, head coach. I think he just got re-upped, or in Portland, seemed to be doing a good job. And whether it's Damon Jones, he both of them have been on TV, and so they were obviously well respected in the NBA. And then obviously Terry Rozier has his issues, and obviously his play, and then obviously being connected. And it's a definitely an eyesore or black eye. It's obviously NBA has some history with that. Basketball in general has it all the way back to ASU, but I think right now, if you're Adam Silver, the hammer has to be dropped. You have to find a way to get a hold of it. It's hard to stop because just say the poker games or whatever you call it. that's on their free time. But I think
Did you hear about what the poker games were doing? How they were getting away with it?
Yeah, with the rigged card shuffler or whatever.
Yeah, it was so X-ray machines built into the table to read face down cards. Contact lenses or glasses that read cards that had like special marking on it they can only see with the special contact lens, the rigged shuffler, and secret cameras in the card trays.
Yeah. I mean, they were making sure that they were winning. I think somebody lost $1 million, couldn't pay it, and then obviously that's what happens. And if you get supposedly hooked up with there's some pretty famous or well-known mafia families, and then when you're doing that, that's a lifelong relationship, whether you like it or not. It never works out for you, especially an athlete. And for Chauncey Billups, if you're at that poker game or whatever they're doing, and you're supposed to be the celebrity guy that they're playing with, you best believe if they're asking you if so and so's playing, and then obviously you're saying yeah. So it's not a good look, man. It's truly sad. I think it's one of those things that a lot of gambling goes on sometimes on airplanes and stuff like that. But this is a totally different, different style of gambling. And then when you got the point shaving with Terry Rozier. You had it with Beasley and stuff like that, where you're affecting
Jonte Porter with that same sort of thing.
You're affecting people's careers. Obviously you're being very selfish for yourself. Sure, the short-term money is very enticing, and some of them, like Porter wasn't making a ton of money, but Terry Rozier's gotten paid.
Well, yeah, couple double-digit $1 million contracts.
Right, and he was well-respected player. But
who coached both those guys, right?
Rick Pitino. Yeah. No, you can't do that. Don't bring Rick Pitino.
Slick Rick.
Nah,
interesting.
Don't come on, man. He just is now getting that past that Louisville shuffle that he had going on. Like, get that man a break. He's over at St. John's doing his thing. But I guarantee you,
New York doing his thing.
He's not going to be wearing that white suit no time soon. But
he breaks it out again before the new year.
Depends if he's. I doubt he's not in that. I mean, I just think it's, man, when you're point shaving, there's guys that are trying to make a career. Personnel decisions are made off of how games are, it's affecting the season. It's going to be interesting to see what all comes of it. Now, what's really true and what's just posturing right now in the other names, because there's other NBA players. Don't tell me it's just them three. So whoever else they try to drag in, and then also who else falls on the sword. But ultimately, what changes will Adam Silver and the NBA make? Who will be held accountable for it? Now, obviously, the culprits will, but it's a unique time for the NBA or basketball in general. You are inching closer to the changing of the guard in the league, of the faces of the league, and you have nobody, especially from America, that could be the face of the league. And even the guys that aren't from America, like Giannis, Luka, Wemby, they're not very sellable yet, as far as they're not established yet. They haven't won anything.
Well, Giannis is.
Yeah. Well, Giannis won one, but is he really established? How many
Yes. Giannis is established.
What commercial is he on around here?
He's been in Gatorade commercials for a long time.
Right.
And I think that's a guy that sells on social
Gatorade,
media.
You don't think of Giannis. You think of Bron. You think of like Steph Curry. You think about marketable players.
Okay, well, they haven't had to use him, but Giannis will sell. I mean, that is a popular dude.
But we're talking about right now.
Well, they don't need to use him right now.
Austin, Steph Curry's on the way out. LeBron is essentially 2 seasons away from going to the crib. KD is 2 years and done. That's it. Anthony Edwards doesn't want anything part of it.
So now's the time to start.
Yeah. And you know where Giannis is in the offseason?
At the crib.
In Greece. In Greece. It's not happening. So now you have this where the NFL is like taking off to like outer space, even though, and that's why the NFL has been able to kind of hide some of their discretions and all their stuff, is because everybody else has just kind of just sat there and punched himself in the face. Like hockey, they had it almost,
Then the lockout and unpopular commissioner.
And then, they had the uptick when it was USA and Canada and all that, right? And I think the World Cup or whatever they called it. And then
Four Nations. Yeah.
And then baseball. But right now with basketball, man, it's like you don't have those. As much as people hate LeBron for whatever reason and all that, they've made the game global. But it's global now. It's
Mhm.
not here. And so, now you have the gambling stuff.
It does sound like in the Damon Jones part of this, Damon Jones wasn't on staff with the Lakers, but was in kind of LeBron's inner circle, having been a former teammate, was one of his trainers and personal coaches. Damon Jones was selling some of that information to bettors. Sounds like LeBron was uninvolved in it. Sounds like, at least as of now, he didn't know what was going on. I did text an NBA acquaintance of ours asking if he was safe from the proceedings. He said, "No, sir, not me," 4 exclamation points. Also, D. Jones, crazy work. Now, here's the connection here, Jay. Just going to ask the question. Just got to raise your eyebrow. Who did J.R. Smith throw the bowl of soup at after the 2018 finals?
Oh, it was Damon Jones, right?
It's Damon Jones.
Yeah.
Remember what happened in game 1?
Is that when he didn't?
JR forgot the score.
Yeah.
You think he forgot the score?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think any of that. I think you get bored. I think you don't think it's a big deal. Then it becomes a big deal. I think these dudes are so aloof and have no sense of reality. They don't even know who they're dealing with. And then it's easy money. Hey, tell me 5 guys that aren't playing. Sure.
Right.
And here's 10 G's. They don't ask questions. Well, you do that 20 times, and I'm sure it may be more money than that. So they make a lot. I was astonished at the amount of money back then with the ASU game, how much money was being exchanged. So just you got to probably go times 10 or 20 right now.
Did Boston College have something like that too?
Well, it's football.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that type of it's only going to get worse. I think Malik Beasley's name's kind of still floating out around there. And it's been going on for 2 years. So this is where it's also interesting.
Going on for 2 years on top of the Kawhi thing.
Yeah. But the thing is, when it first started, you first started to hear stuff about Porter was probably a little bit longer than 2 years, probably because here's what happens in stuff like this. You start to hear about it before it hits the news. Like your agent might catch wind, or if somebody knows, or somebody executive or up in the executive offices will, players will start knowing. So you probably starting knowing about Porter and what he was doing, because guys know, right? News travels, because obviously Porter's an odd duck. Like, dude, you're out here doing stuff. I mean, because he definitely isn't bringing his teammates. He's doing it, and so you kind of catch wind. So the guys that heard about it probably thought, "Oh, that's not going to happen to me."
They got him. I'm good.
Yeah.
No. Is the NBA the most corrupt of the American Big Four?
As far as gambling?
Just in general.
Corrupt. What is your definition of corrupt?
At the very least, I think the NBA has been plagued by the most eyebrow-raising moments. I mean, you look at baseball, you have Shoeless
Steroid,
Joe,
yeah.
you have Pete Rose, you have the steroid era. I get that. But you can go through the list of stuff really just in the last, let's just say 40 years. Let's just go back only as far as Patrick Ewing in the frozen envelope. How convenient that Cleveland gets LeBron. Did the Spurs really win the 3 lotteries that they did? You look at Tim Donaghy. You look at David Stern, the vetoing of the Chris Paul trade, which I think was probably good for the league. I think he was within his rights to do it, even if you didn't like it
those
necessarily.
aren't big deals. Getting
aspiration
guys,
now with Kawhi, the whole gambling thing seems to have taken off.
I think
really in the
Tim
NFL and
Donaghy
NBA.
and this is 2 huge things. The stuff of planting guys places. That's. I mean, do you think that ain't happening in the NFL? I mean,
But why would Andrew Luck go to Indianapolis?
Listen,
why would Peyton go to
there's
Indianapolis?
things that go on in the NFL that are set in place.
You're going to try to claim the Chiefs here, aren't you?
No, not at all. I'm just saying. Okay, here I'll ask you. Do you really think Spygate just really happened at the Super Bowl? You think the league?
No shot.
Like the Deflategate. That's not a big deal. I can tell you, as a ball boy, I know statute of limitations. I was deflating balls because guys had, for Doug Flutie, he had to have his. You know what I'm saying? Now I wasn't a ball boy then, but you just know. And the amount of stuff they were doing they were selling a villain and a hero.
So the NBA's just done the worst job of covering it up and hiding it.
Well, basketball's different because let's just say if you're the right guard and you're on the take, you need some money. Say you're back home and somebody comes, "Hey man, and you're making it." Like when I came in, I wasn't making that much. Say you say, "Hey man, here's 40 G's. half your paycheck this year. I need you to let Reggie White get 2 sacks. You're the right guard. It ain't gonna look. Terry Rozier, the stuff that he was doing, you affect the game. So it's out there. You're seeing their faces. The NFL you're in your helmet. Now, besides the quarterbacks and all that, I think that's different. And plus the NBA, they've had, whether it's there was the melee at the Palace or whatever you want to call it, Malice at the Palace, and all this other, the PJ Carlissimo getting my boy riding spinners had to go to his neck, all different. They've had some issues. I mean, heck, remember when Patrick Ewing was down in Atlanta at Cheetah? Hey, I mean,
come
so
on,
the
Pat.
NBA,
Come on, Pat.
NBA, they had some. I mean, I think every league goes through it. I mean,
I feel like it's hardest to do in baseball, though. I mean,
well, the Astros just had it where they had the beepers on their thing, and then with
I'm saying like the gambling and affecting it that way. Because, I mean, Shoeless Joe and the Black Sox, that was 8 of the 9 guys on the field.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense. Pete Rose was one guy.
But he bet on everybody else, right?
Supposedly, it's all still kind of murky. But if you're going to tell a pitcher to throw a game, if you're going to tell a hitter to throw a game, I feel like that's really hard to point out just because of, number one, how hard it is to get a hit in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And also, if you're a pitcher, you can leave a meatball over the plate as much as you want. I mean, the best dudes are still going to get themselves out 6 out of 10 times.
It's all about wherever you're morally set at, because baseball didn't mind that the guys were taking steroids, but it was
until they did.
Until somebody else found out.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL with the concussion lawsuit, they had no problem with that, and then they had no problem doubling down on it and saying that African Americans were dumber until somebody found out.
Yeah.
So but basketball here, and what's crazy? They just had the Tim Donahue show, like the series.
The documentary. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They should have been on Red Alert. You better stay. Them NBA, they were just like, oh yeah, look at this dummy. You know what I mean? Because he was testing. They're like, so the focus. Nah, they probably let you know. We're getting you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bad look. There's a lot of connections. You got to think there's a lot of friends of these guys. You got to think Damon Jones, I think, played 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Rozier, a lot of years. So you meet a lot of guys, not only in the locker room that come and go from different teams. Relationships are scarred now, not scarred, but afraid because you are truly his friend. Now you're apprehensive to text him because you don't want them to come after you, and even you didn't even do anything, and everybody's on notice. Because then it's like, okay, well, if you're the coach of Terry Rozier, remember, whether it was Charlotte or the Heat, is this normal? So it's a distraction.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Matt Moore, who writes for, I think it's Action Network, NBA writer, was going on about this a little bit, and he says the NBA has posted signs about tipping confidential information, stuff like that, the Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups thing, in locker rooms, every single one. They have seminars, emails, materials. NBA can make a credible case that they've made the effort. If you decide, well, they haven't done enough, so we need to ban gambling, can't argue against that logic, but at least know the data. It's hard for me to blame the NBA. I mean, they're at least paying lip service to the don't do this. So for now, I'm going to put this more on the players than on the league for turning a blind eye. Unless it was, we're just going to say we did the bare minimum, do what you want. But then we get to the FBI angle. This was a federal investigation. Remember what happened the last time the federal government investigated basketball?
No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
10 dudes got arrested in like 2016 or 2017 in college basketball for pay to play.
Yeah, they got my boy Rifleman, though.
Chuck Person. They got him. But what came of that?
Yeah, because the one coach.
So little. I'm not saying, guys didn't go to prison or this or that. But the FBI failed, completely bungled that entire investigation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said it's a lot of posturing right now. I know for a fact the NBA has done enough to more than cover their butts, but more to educate players. Not to do. I know for a fact. I've been in the rookie symposium. I've been in where they come in during training camps. They come in also during the season. They must know when guys get a little bored and stuff, and they hit you up in the end of the season too. You definitely know what to do and not to do, especially now, at least in the NFL, you can gamble in certain parts of the stadium. You definitely are educated enough. Now, in the stuff that they were doing, That's a solo act when you're throwing games or, point shaving.
Let me take that back real quick. So Brian Windhorst, who I should mention was in Lincoln for Nebraska scrimmage against BYU, was on the Rich Eisen show today, and he says this: I just want to point something out. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, and guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of injury. The NBA pulled him off the court.
So they handled it then.
They tried to sweep it under the rug potentially.
Well, with the injury?
Well, by pulling Terry Rozier. That Charlotte at the time could say, oh, it's injury.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
Windhorst is saying the NBA caught it the day it happened, tried to sweep it under the rug and say, figure it out, clean it up, and he must not have. Per Brian Windhorst.
Oh, you mean Terry Rozier didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because he ain't playing.
Right.
Yeah,
so what, you gave him more free time.
Yeah. Well, he's probably calling it. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to be too close to it, but you need to let him handle it. Yeah. I mean, the NBA is not at fault here. This is straight up Terry Rozier, but it's. I mean, those injury reports are very unique. They're strategically placed. The timing of them from the NFL, I can tell you, they are definitely unique because that affects what happens of the line. If you don't think people are mindful of what's going on, look at why some coaches go for three and then they don't. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, why didn't he kick a field goal here? Like in the league. So, I don't know, man. Look, these guys are in trouble. They got to stand on their business.
Many more twists and turns to come.
Hey, that's going to be a heck of a prison league, though. They're going to be running through cats. Hey, Terry Rozier still could ball. Chauncey got some swollenness on him, too.
Damon Jones, like you said, 10 years.
Yeah. Damon Jones ain't missed a meal. He can throw hands. That's a nice little 3 out, right? 3-on-3. They killing Pat Cats. They might go undefeated.
Can't wait for the 30 for 30 on it. We'll be back. Wrap up hour 2 of Old School after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock. Perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena, Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pile-Up. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour, a day to remember. Yellow Card.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Hey guys, it's Monet here with The Night Before. Why have you not stopped in lately to see me? If you haven't been to The Night Before in a while, you're missing out. Up to 20 beautiful ladies each night. Newly remodeled bar. Oh, and we now have a 12-foot video wall to watch all the big games on. Come watch a game at The Night Before. Mention this ad and your first beer is $1. Check us out on Instagram at The Night Before Lounge. Hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Score big with rebates up to $2,000 on the Kawasaki Nav, Kawasaki's first ever fully electric personal transportation vehicle designed for cruising the good life. Be the first to nav your neighborhood. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location, where they can't wait to get you set up for football season.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, old school? We're back. Got my man Harrison sitting in for Austin. He's about to go handle some business from 6 to 8.
Yeah, stayed long enough for the beers.
Yeah, and then dipped out. Big shout out to Kevin Meyer Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, always coming in with great vibe, libations, and that is thoughts on leadership and what should happen moving forward. He was out of town and was still able to catch Nebraska's game against Minnesota, so hopefully he's back and bring back some good luck. So
yeah, it's a good time to take a vacation, get your mind off it. Although I know he couldn't really. I was listening on the way in, and apparently you watched the whole way through, and that's dedication while you're on break.
Yeah, it was. It's a little. I mean, he's down in the Bahamas, so probably had a nice day out there on the water, kicking back.
Soiled it.
Yeah, and then probably was prepping, not expecting Nebraska to lose, but. Look, man, I mean, there's, probably some circumstances around it. You travel, then you got to travel again. And I didn't know they had to switch hotels and all that. But, generally that's where you really got to, be self-motivated to, get going for a unique opportunity against PJ Fleck and crew. And then you weren't able to do it. And so you just got to recognize it and rectify it. And that's the most important thing this week. And obviously today's Thursday. The hay if it's not officially in the barn, it's halfway in the barn. You put a lot of, hopefully, good work in this week, and you got a pesky Northwestern Wildcat team that's coming in.
They got their chest out.
Yeah,
they're 5-2. They beat UCLA, who that's a good UCLA team now.
Yeah, and then they went to Penn State, beat them, double it down, and beat Purdue, who is I know Barry Odom, pretty well, played against him, and always kind of stayed in contact with him, and knew he would do a decent job at Purdue. They're going to be a tough out here in the near future, and so
I think they got a shutout versus Purdue, right?
Yeah, shutout
17-0,
and Purdue really gave Minnesota the business.
Yeah, they get over 200 yards on the ground versus Minnesota,
and 250 rushing, 200 passing. Unfortunately, they threw a pick six and a late pick, and that's like it could stop their progress. And so, where Nebraska's at is that they're 5-2. Let's just say they're a game behind, and maybe I don't know whether you went into the game and trying to mark them wins and losses, but probably a game behind in their mind. And so now you got to get back on track and get a game back, and the only way you can do that is put in the work this week and get back in the process and cover the details that you think that maybe you didn't cover to the magnitude the week before, and see where it all lays out. So anyways, we're at the end of the 4:00 hour. I think we're going to get a visit from Upside Bar and Lounge. They have UFC this weekend, 321 from Dubai. So they're going to come in for about 5 or 10 minutes at the top of 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Monet here with The Night Before. Why have you not stopped in lately to see me? If you haven't been to The Night Before in a while, you're missing out. Up to 20 beautiful ladies each night. Newly remodeled bar. Oh, and we now have a 12-foot video wall to watch all the big games on. Come watch a game at The Night Before. Mention this ad and your first beer is $1. Check us out on Instagram at The Night Before Lounge. Hope to see you soon.
Fox KFXL weather brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds today with a high near 65. Tonight, increasing clouds and calm winds, low near 45. And tomorrow, a chance of showers. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high near 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock. Perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, Harrison on the ones and twos. As we mentioned, we got a special guest coming in, just getting all lined up. You got a mic on?
Yeah, there we go.
How are you? How you been?
Good. I'm busy.
Yeah, busy?
Yes. Football, sports, everything.
Right. What's more busy for you at Upside? Football season or basketball season? Probably basketball because of the amount of games.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of varies.
Yeah.
It's pretty steady once you get to, especially when it gets a little bit colder.
Right.
It's pretty steady for all the sports.
Every night. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of volleyball too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's coming up and getting started, or it is already started. So it's going to get down to the nitty gritty, especially because one of the best things you guys do, and I saw on your website, is you're doing Halloween karaoke. Before we get into UFC this weekend, talk about the Halloween karaoke because you guys do great at karaoke. It's a big thing. It's right. Everybody is. You have some people that are always there every week.
Yep.
But talk about your Halloween karaoke.
So last year we did it, and we ended up giving away. We had enough people there. We ended up giving away like $500. I'll probably start at around $300 for first, second, and third, like total giveaway. Yeah. And then, like I said, if we have enough people in there, I usually up it as we go. And that's actually on Saturday, November 1st this year. I know there's a Husker home game and stuff, but it's a later game, so we'll do the Husker game, and then we'll kind of probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock. We'll do the costume contest.
That's well. Hopefully, Nebraska dresses up like a football team and wins, and so
Yeah.
then you will be forced to get up over $500 or $600. Also, you guys have a great menu, and you change it, and you have a great drink menu. Have you made any additions since we're officially into fall?
Right now we are on the fall menu, and I
Right.
think we brought a couple last time. We brought up even before we had
Right.
rolled it out. There's some really good ones. Actually, we're already talking about our Christmas one already. I know it's crazy, but we
Right.
got to plan ahead. And so next go around, I'm always running around like a crazy person with my head cut off. So I didn't get any drinks today. So we'll bring in some pre-Christmas drinks.
Yeah,
next
Harrison's
time.
mad. I told him that when you were coming in, I said, Harrison, she always brings in great food, great snacks, and the drinks were awesome.
Yep.
So here we got to
I
make
owe
sure.
double next time.
Yeah, we'll kick Austin out.
There we go. He gets enough of
You're
the
right, because
goodies.
Austin. Here's why you got to kick Austin out, because the fact that you're getting towards your Christmas drinks, he's anti-Christmas anything until like a week after Thanksgiving.
Oh, he's that guy?
Yeah, he is.
All
Him,
right.
him and Kevin. So, but Austin is dead set. Get through Thanksgiving, no Christmas. So then, therefore, he's eliminated from it.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't. He gonna get any. They're our best drinks. Hannah and I were talking about it yesterday. Like our favorite menu of all time was the Christmas menu. So
Good to go.
Yeah.
So UFC this weekend, 321 on the website. It's in Dubai.
Yes.
So it changes your schedule. So give all our ticket listeners the new, I guess, schedule for this UFC 321. Great card too.
Yeah. Yep.
But
It kind of makes it sad because it's a 1:00. Husker game's at 11.
Yeah.
11, right?
11 o'clock. Yeah.
Yep. So we're open up at 10:30 for the Husker game. There will be some prelims on.
Right.
The main card starts at 1, so I'd say the main fight's going to be about 3:00. We will have, as long as the Huskers game's on, we'll have that on the sound, unless we get enough people in there who want the UFC, and depending on if the Huskers do what they did last week, we might put on the UFC a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll kind of play it whatever the crowd wants is kind of what we'll do for sound wise, but every other TV will be Husker game fights. So
And no change in menu, no cover, right?
nope,
Yeah.
no cover at all. And we'll probably actually do a few extra drink specials, but we like to kind of surprise people when they come in. Yeah. So
Anything Husker related or UFC related, or are you just going to come up on the win?
probably Husker related.
Yeah.
Really some big red bombs,
All
stuff
right.
like that. So try to
You got to make
get
a
that
purple
spirit.
drink after. You got right, Harrison, a purple drink after they beat Northwestern. How about that?
Yes.
What else do you have going on upside in the future? Obviously, you got Halloween. Anything for Thanksgiving, Christmas? Any special costume parties outside of Halloween that you got coming on in the future?
Not any costume. We'll see. With Christmas, we'll do our pop-up bar again.
Right.
So just if anybody's looking for something to do, a little ugly Christmas sweater party, stuff like that, a great place to go. I know it's again early, but we're already preparing for it. And then, we got our Sunday ticket going.
Right.
We do our taco bar every Sunday, so $7 unlimited, all you can eat, watch all the games all day.
Right. And do you open early for the, I guess, overseas games, or do you just open regular time?
Not for the not on Sunday. We already
Yeah.
open at 11, and that's we're open, and we also stay open till 2 a.m.
Right.
So I don't want to kill
Rest
my
a little
bartenders.
bit. Yeah. So take us through a tip. Take everybody, because you're extremely hard worker, and so you guys do a really good job out there. So everybody that's listening from Thursday night, let's go from Thursday, just because the weekend started,
Yeah.
right?
So
Take us from your Thursday night all the way through Sunday, everything you got going on, so everybody can come out to Upside.
So Thursday tonight we've got football on Prime or whatever that is. So yeah, we've got that. Friday is just Friday, I think. I don't think I have anything. Just
There's Husker volleyball on Friday,
Okay.
6
yeah,
p.m. I think.
Yeah. Well, then we'll draw a crowd for that one a little bit. It's we love Fridays. Fridays are a really good day just to come in for happy hour or stay late for late night shenanigans, whatever. And then Saturday open up early for the Husker game, and then have the UFC fights, and then Sunday take it with our taco bar. So
That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And especially then we got Monday night football, and then
Tuesday music bingo is for us.
And what day is usually your karaoke, or what night?
Fridays, usually
Fridays.
Next week it is going to be on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because he was already booked for Halloween, so we're doing ours on Saturday.
Do any yourself or any of your, I guess, employees, you guys ever participate in karaoke? No.
Actually, Ashley does a little bit. She's a really good singer. I think Hannah maybe has sang a couple times,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I definitely do not. I don't. I sang karaoke in Minnesota last week. I got up there once, so but I only do it away from home.
Good deal. Good deal. And so everybody, UFC starts main card or opens at 1 or no, opens
That's
at
the
10:30.
main fight would be around 1.
Oh, Saturday
So
opens
main
at
card starts at 1. Yeah, main fight will probably be like 3.
main fight is
Okay, yeah.
3 after Nebraska hopefully knocks out
Yep.
Northwestern Wildcats. But doors are open at 10:30.
Yes.
So get there and get your seat because you guys are always look on Facebook. You guys are packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, a lot going on.
You gonna do some karaoke on Friday, Foreman?
Me?
Yeah.
No, that would probably make people leave. They would. You know what? They would pay me not to sing. The one time I ever tried to not do karaoke, I was in the car one time with my aunt, and she was like, "You can't even hum good." Yeah, because
That's your aunt too. That's family telling you. So it's true.
They could sing because they were at church. I couldn't do anything. So my career started and ended there. So if I did any karaoke, it probably would go viral because they were like, this dude is
viral for all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons, right. And they would pay me to leave. So it would be $500 or $600 to make. So anyways, appreciate you stopping in. We'll keep putting you out on social media. So until next time, I know Harrison's going to be waiting for the drinks. I've been blessed with the drinks and food. So appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Frustrated and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Acreage owner getting ready for winter? Make it easy with John Deere compact tractors and gators from Acres Equipment. Add snow blowers, front blades, cabs, heaters, and loaders to tackle every chore. Right now, in-stock units are priced to move with competitive financing to fit your budget. Get winter ready today at acres.com. Acres Equipment, your acreage handled. Financing subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Not all customers qualify. See dealer for details.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you.
Coppell Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Coppell is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Coppell Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at coppellcars.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Score big with rebates up to $2,000 on the Kawasaki Nav, Kawasaki's first ever fully electric personal transportation vehicle designed for cruising the good life. Be the first to nav your neighborhood. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location, where they can't wait to get you set up for football season.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're back old school. Jay Foreman, Harrison sitting in on Austin on the 1s and 2s. I think Austin's headed down.
Bethany Park.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be Emma Spence.
Spence, Ashley Mitchell. Yeah, those guys will be down there. And it's going to be, I believe the main idea of it is just talk about the problems that you struggle with and spread a little bit of awareness about, bullying and just about every issue that the youth has right now and getting their voices heard and concerns heard a little bit. I think that's going to be the main focus and should be good. I mean, it doesn't hurt to raise awareness for that stuff, especially when we're talking off air. I mean, social media, all that stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's always, you got to appreciate people going out there and, addressing some of the issues that doesn't get the everyday play, especially with what's going on right now. For the unknown texter, asked how much is the taco bar? $7 unlimited all day till 9 p.m. That's exactly
all day for $7.
Yeah, to 9 p.m. Hey,
well, you make a habit of that.
Listen, I remember one time, Harrison, I was at Wisconsin. It wasn't a taco bar. I think I set the record for the most brats and beers I drink. Here's why. They were great. It was phenomenal. I had Spotted Cow, right? Oh, it's a light beer. And the brats was on. And Nebraska was playing.
Uh-huh.
And once they started losing, I left the stadium and got this seat. I was kicking. I was the king. That's what I would do over there. Get your tacos, a couple shots of tequila for every 2 or 3 tacos. Big shout out to Upside coming in. We always know that they come in. So Elena and Hannah comes in, and they'll bring in food and great drinks. But they'll have UFC 321 opens at 10:30. Doors open at 10:30. Main card will start at 1. The big fight will start at 3. But they'll have the Husker game on and the fight. So
So nice to have a place that actually puts the fights
and
on.
you know what? We were there on like when they first opened. It seems like forever ago. It's spacious in there. They got great service, great food, great menu options, and great people in there, great vibes. And
and TVs are all on the right channels.
on the right channels. And I have not blessed them with my karaoke skills. I have done. I
haven't cursed them.
Oh no!
With your karaoke
skills.
skills.
Hold on now. I have done karaoke one other time. The one I told you about was when I was young.
As a rookie, I'm guessing.
No. This is when I told you about my aunt. This is when I was young.
Yeah,
when I was a teenager. But I did it in Colorado with one of my good friends that unfortunately passed away, named Kevin Keegan. He could get me to do anything. Now there is video and pictures of this
to the public.
Heck no. It's in a secure place. Me and him did it. We did.
You remember what you sang?
Oh yeah, we did. We did 2 Live Crew, which I can't. We want.
Yeah.
We want a party. It was. And the funny thing is, and then we did. I think that I went and did. I did 3 songs. I did Pumps and a Bump. I did that. I did that solo.
Of course you did.
That's my favorite one, like MC Hammer. So that's the first time when we could afford cable, we got MTV Raps.
I mean, that one still works today. That'll never die.
That's
all right.
So I did that. I did Pumps and a Bump, and then we did Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory. I'm blanking.
It's over your head. Don't
okay,
worry
all right.
Then we did 2 Live Crew. Oh, and I have a picture of it. It was back. And I had a cowboy hat on. It was.
Sure.
I would say there was the elevation in Colorado was at a high, if you know what I mean.
It was just the elevation.
It was just the elevation. it was the altitude.
Yeah, that's all that's going on.
It clouded my judgment, but in my mind, I sounded
crazy. Same thing happened to me when I went to Colorado.
Right,
that
man.
elevation gets you.
Yeah, I got to stay out of there. But but anyways, hopefully the elevation, for this football team, will be at Ultimate High come Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, they need. I mean, we were talking about it off air. Bearcats going to have their chest out. That's a good team. They got some good wins on the belt.
It's Big Ten football. Everybody's competitive. I always say this, just like the SEC, and depends. Big 12 probably feels the same, but obviously the Big Ten and the SEC is probably the most competitive, top to bottom. The one thing that I realized about the Big Ten, and when I'm going to ask you this after I get towards the end, is in the off season, what I think a lot of times people don't understand. And when you this is where you can count, say like UCLA, this will be like in the coming years, but like teams like Purdue, like Northwestern, Rutgers, Maryland before Loxley got there. But even when Loxley's there, as they slowly but surely start to be more consistent. Obviously we saw them up close and personal. Illinois, kind of when it went from Lovey to Brett Bielema and even with Minnesota, is that when teams are on, maybe don't reach their their standard or expectations, that all season, especially for Northwestern, you got to think Braun came in and he went 8-4 and went 9-4 because they went to the bowl game. I think they beat Utah in the first year, and then kind of really didn't look good last year. And everybody was a foregone conclusion that he's going to be gone, and Northwesterners are just, they were talking about if they have to go to the European model where you take your top 50, they would be going, they wouldn't be in the Big Ten anymore. Well, now look at them, right? So what these are all capable coaches. Maybe get an uptick in resources to maybe go recruit some players, maybe, lax their academic standards some or whatever they're able to do, or just got better at what they were doing. Guys develop. Then they dive into in the off season and they're coaching for their lives because they generally have family. They have kids that are in school. They're comfortable. I mean, he became head coach on a unique circumstance. You got to think he came in as the defensive coordinator from North Dakota State, solely focused on remedying the defense with a defensive head coach. So he's personally picked by Pat Fitzgerald. Then next thing you know, it's three weeks later, you're the head coach with a crazy storm in your university. He does it. And so he's just probably catching his sea legs. And I think also I want to get your opinion on this. And I was talking to somebody about this. The one thing that Urban Meyer did for the Big Ten was when he came to Ohio State, he raised the bar of the whole Big Ten. Because then Harbaugh came, and then and then everybody else raised their game. Now on the flip side, let's just say this. Say Michigan makes a move at the head coach. Penn State's open.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Ohio State maybe doesn't win a national championship. Say they get to the semifinals. The NFL comes calling for Ryan Day, right? Hey, you can be a head coach / GM, and you can pick your quarterback. Here's a 7-year deal, right? That bodes well for the Nebraskas. It really bodes well for the Oregons because Michigan would officially have taken all that championship DNA out of it. Harbaugh took a lot of it to L.A. with him.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, the weight coach, his defensive coordinators, obviously some really, really crucial coaches. Now, and then Ohio State, that would be officially, you got to think, Ryan Day was on the cusp of last year getting fired, won a national championship, and say he doubles back this year. He's out of town. They're essentially starting over. So then you could think you just get a promotion by, what is that,
by default.
Yeah, by default. Addition by subtraction or whatever.
I mean, the problem is you still got to take advantage of the situation.
That right there. But it sets up even better, though.
It does. I mean, it makes it a lot more obtainable, but you got to take advantage. I mean, because for the long, how often are we we're still talking about Minnesota, and that's kind of the problem. We still haven't been able to get to the point where we can talk about Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
You're talking about getting past that hump.
Yeah, getting past. So it's like, it maybe opens up the door, but if you still can't beat, the Minnesotas consistently, we'll see what happens with Northwestern. Who's saying that it's going to be, we're going to be the ones to go ahead and jump up there.
Yeah, we're not going to, you're not going to leapfrog, level past level 2 to get 1, but I think it makes it more attainable. And then
For sure.
And it might spark some things. I think the best thing Nebraska can do, and what they hopefully have done this week, is just have a good week of practice.
They seem to respond well after a loss. It's after the wins where they teeter, which is odd.
I think the hardest thing for these kids to do, especially being here, in any sport, that's volleyball, basketball, football, any major sport because you're in a fishbowl, but when you're on any of those sports, in all the sports over in Nebraska, you are treated. Now I think they're professionals now since they're getting paid, but I think you're treated like you're national champions or whatever. So the hardest thing to deal with is success because it's magnified tenfold. And the thing that I think that you could hope for and expect is that after Indiana last year, where you were on national TV, I think Nebraska was ranked then too, right?
Yeah, we were also ranked,
and they just barely.
Or no, that was heading into Illinois, I think, actually.
No, they were ranked because Kirk Cignetti mentioned it on.
You're right.
Yeah,
that was a ranked punt. You are right. Yeah.
And then we got obviously beat pretty handily against Indiana, and that was their seal of approval against us. And then you got on the road the next week in an early game on the road at Ohio State and took them through the very
last possession.
So now Nebraska's got to do the same thing at home, but not only take Northwestern to the last possession, win the game. That's going to show maturity, and then it almost will be 2 victories for Nebraska. One, you obviously more than importantly put to bed the embarrassment of last week, and then you were able to win and get back on the right track and all steam ahead. But you can't think about that or do that until you really lock in and be invested in this game against a team like Northwestern. What Northwestern does is they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're not a high penalty team. We were looking at their season.
Mm-hmm.
Tulane beat them by 20.
First week.
Then they won every other game, and then they lost to Oregon, lost by 20. I watched the first half of that game. It was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Northwestern missed some opportunities. Then obviously the last 2 weeks they were able to go and not only beat Penn State, but then come back and shut out Purdue. Now, the easy thing is, they only beat them 19-0. Well, this is the same Purdue team that put up a lot of points against the Minnesota team that we didn't get to, put up any points in. So what it's telling you is Northwestern is going to do one thing for sure. They're going to pack their defense, and they're going to get on the plane and try to unload it here in Lincoln. So we have to make sure that we defend our field, but then more importantly, we take advantage of the opportunities that, that they give us or that, presents itself to pull out this victory.
Yeah, and it's going to be one where you can't, rely on the 3-point home crowd advantage. I don't think Northwestern so far this year has proven they don't really care if they're on the road. I mean, they did it.
Well, they get more fans. I mean, just think about it. You go to they're excited
Northwestern
to go to
Medicine Field, I guess, is where they're at right now.
And it's like what, 10,000 people?
Yeah,
That's
right
like,
on the lakefront, freezing cold.
Yeah, you don't want to be there. You come down to Nebraska, there's 80-some thousand people.
A little nicer,
right? And then you got to go to Happy Valley. They're circling like, man, we got some great road games. We're gonna be playing in front of 60,000 people or more, depending on where you're at. So that they'll play anywhere, anytime. And I think that's the mentality that they've adopted. So.
And they play that conservative brand. I mean, if you want to describe Northwestern, a good comparison is Minnesota.
Yeah, and you know what Northwestern does that when the 2 games I watch, here's what they do, is they'll come out and play real close to the vest, and especially because their defense generally keeps them in the game. Then they pick one series just to see if they can get jiggy with it a little bit.
Yeah, catch you off guard.
Yeah, hit a deep pass, get a pass interference. Then they go right back to what they're doing. Obviously, special teams is good. Probably won't get any. They're smart guys. I don't think you're going to be able to fool them. If you can, it'd be great. Nebraska has a long history with Northwestern. You go back to, what was the quarterback? Was it Kelly, number 12, that threw the bomb against Northwestern?
Kellogg.
Yeah. And you have that
big Omaha native.
Yeah. And then you have Northwestern against Nebraska over there in Ireland. And where they got after is pretty good. So, we got to get that get back right. And
there's even one in between there where I think it was an overtime field goal or a field goal to avoid overtime. It's like a 3-point game.
It's always a battle. They're always going to be a tough team.
There's the 1 year with Scott Frost, we blew him out. Yeah. That's about it.
That was at night.
Yeah, that was at night. Yeah. And that was just a lot of pain and frustration from the Husker team that was losing by, ranked opponents by 1 score.
Right. And they blew them out. And it was probably the best offensive output start to finish for Scott Frost era. So really, when you come down to Northwestern, is you got to respect their game. You should respect every opponent you play. Expect their best shot. You got to respect them, not fear them, and then you're gonna have to go out there and earn it. And that's the thing that you should look forward to as an athlete and as a football team, is the ability to go out there and earn it. You can't remedy or fix last week. You only can fix today and right now in this week. And you got to really hyper focus in on the things you need to do against Northwestern, because they are going to try to implement some of the things, which is, mid zone, inside, outside zone, make you tackle in space. They'll flip the formation to make and see if you'll communicate. They'll see if they can get something out on the edges. Defensively, they're going to try to be physical and try to get after the quarterback. There are 3 defensive linemen, they're 3 down defensive linemen. All have 2.5 sacks or more, so they feel that they can rush the passer effectively. So everybody's going to have a challenge, and that's what you should expect. Yes, the schedule before the season is very gettable, and having a great season is attainable, but by no means was it a bunch of Houston Christians on there. So you got to expect Northwestern's best shot. They should hopefully expect our best shot. I'd like to think, if we play at the same intensity level, efficiency level, and effectiveness, that we can beat them.
Yeah, it's Nebraska's just got to stop shooting itself in the foot. To me, we always run to the conversation of Husker football's talent, and it just doesn't really matter if you're going to be taking up that many sacks. You're still going to be racking up penalties, and even if you disagreed with the Elijah Pritchett ejection versus Minnesota, I mean, that's just heads up stuff. You can't do that. And now you lose Spindler as well. Now,
back,
what's that?
He's back.
He is back, but I'm just in that Minnesota game. You have moments like that where you're shooting yourself in the foot, and all of a sudden, because of real injury, you're out with 2 linemen, although he's back this week. These things just snowball. And that's what happens to Nebraska. And then the confidence starts to slip a little bit. And then you got Emmett Johnson there. Like, man, we've given up 5 sacks already. I got to really protect Dylan Raiola here. And, those guys are lighting Emmett Johnson up trying to get to the quarterback. And the whole thing just starts falling apart.
It became an avalanche. Yeah, and it's one of the things that
you can't have Emmett Johnson being like that last guy to save your quarterback so many times over and over and over either. I mean, that's a problem. Yeah, the amount of shots he was taking just in pass pro.
Yeah,
which is going to happen.
That's the game. They probably game plan for that, but I think it's one of those things you gotta.
You put somebody else back there though.
No, you gotta adjust it. I mean, you gotta look, man. This is football. You're gonna have to find a way to to win a battle that you're not physically, set up to do so. But I think one of the biggest things is that you have to do is just get back on track and get out of your own way. And that's probably the hardest thing to do individually as an athlete and obviously collectively sometimes as a team. And so in life, you're going to be challenged. And in sports and especially football, you're going to be challenged. So officially, everybody is challenged. You're challenged in the sense of who you are and what you want to be. So this is not what's on social media. It's not what your people are telling you that you don't even know. It's actually, you're calling it, the football is calling you to the carpet, and it tests you in a lot of ways. And that's why football is a great sport. It's physically demanding, it's emotionally demanding, and more importantly, it's spiritually demanding. And so you got to go out there and handle your business. You know exactly who they're going to try to attack you with on offense. They got 2 capable running backs, a decent quarterback, and a really good receiver. And so it's right there in front of you. And, this game is going to come down to, what are you willing to do and what were you willing to do and what did you do during the week to win this game?
No more, the beauty of football is you can wipe away a lot of the bad feelings quickly. I mean, my Bears started 0-2, and now we're 4 straight. Everyone's high. Your Bills started off great. You're probably feeling a little shaky now after.
They look like garbage, and that's the thing about the NFL. It's a long season. You go through lulls like that. Football, you really can't because there's only 12 teams.
Yeah.
That get into the playoffs, and so, everything is magnified. But there's nothing that cures anxiety, doubts better than a win.
Absolutely.
And so this is what they got to do. Their whole thing is like, we got to do what it takes to win. Everybody needs to play better. Everybody needs to do a little bit more. And that's the part of the season. It is truly a team effort. And so
I want to ask you real quick on a side tangent. Why do you think volleyball doesn't have that where that it kind of what you mentioned before, where here in Nebraska, because you are in a state where Husker sports is kind of everything. Obviously you got Creighton as well, but that's a big one. And, you win a couple of games on the football program and you're kind of that man on campus. Volleyball's been it across the country. I mean, they go anywhere and they're selling out. They're making attendance records everywhere they go.
They're the modern day version of how we were when I played.
Yeah, it's incredible to watch. And they just never I don't,
football is what drives this place.
Football, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the difference. And so volleyball team they're beacon of light. They're consistent. They're dominant. And so, look, man, it's up to the football team to match that.
Just tap into that culture a little bit, whatever they got. See if you can get a cup of it, because they got to figure it out.
Yeah, they're getting there. I mean, they're getting closer. And that's the hardest thing. I always say that where Nebraska's at it's kind of like Johnson Wagner used to be a professional golfer. I was asking about his journey, how became really good. Right. He's like, man, it's easy to get to like a 5 handicap. He's like, the hardest is going from a 5 handicap to scratch or better, which is a professional. And then you being consistent because it's the very little things. And he's like, telling me one time, it's essentially, teeing off and having the ball on one side of the fairway. So you have a flat lie versus if you miss it on another side, you have no chance of getting a par or a birdie. You know what I mean?
It's got to be that precision.
Right. So
that's everything you do.
So that's where Nebraska's at.
Mm-hmm.
They've made some jump in a lot of things. And so they're on that cusp of the little things that lead to big things. And if they get those things, then the little things look extraordinary, awesome, but it's just the simple things. And the simple things could be when you look at Indiana last year, they weren't running fancy plays.
No.
They were just taking what the defense gave them, and they were making plays after that.
Well, the game versus us, I mean, it was just screen passes for the most part.
Screen passes, they were playing against your leverage. They were playing with a really good energy.
But it wasn't any trickery going on. It was pretty straightforward.
Circumstantial football. Yeah. And when they saw, blood in the water, they went after it. They try to put you away quick. And so it's the killer instinct that they had, and obviously they're having a great year this year. And so
he's probably got the scariest killer instinct in the Big Ten. Indiana's that team that, like, when they catch you, they really put it on teams once they get it for you.
A lot of years of payback, man.
Oh, my Lord.
There's a lot of scores they got to set.
I swear that guy just like watches those clips of the media kind of smirking and laughing when he first said Google me.
Yeah, I mean,
because I feel like he's never gonna let go of that chip.
He said he had a little interesting They asked him about it. He's like, man, last year, I had to say what I had to say just to let them know we were here. He's like, this year we're just all meat and potatoes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's like, so everything he did was strategic. So we had to let you know we were here. Create some noise. We created noise. Now we're just getting down to work. We're doing the same work. Now we're just doing what we need to do. So
Bad man.
yeah, I mean, hey, you come in. He's had a great 15 months. He went from making $450,000 at James Madison, and then he made $4.
And he could have had the pick of where he wanted to go.
And then now he's at 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good Christmas coming up there if I was his kids and grandkids, right?
You have one of them's hoping for a new car at the least.
Hey, Pop. I'm coming to Indiana too. So,
But Signetti's that guy. I bet you he's that guy. Like, what, you think you're just gonna get the handout? No, you got to earn that like I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you better. Signetti's the type of dude to make you shovel his driveway for like 2 months.
Yeah,
he seems like he'd be pretty cheap, buddy, because he says he has the same recliner that he's had.
I don't doubt that. I wouldn't be surprised if he drives to work in a Ford Taurus.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Hey,
Kawhi Leonard did it forever, and look at his career.
Yeah, and he got $28 million, off the books too.
Pays to be humble.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. However you got to do it, you got to do it. Nebraska included. So they got a big challenge, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond. So
a lot of ball left, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we can avoid the here we go again if you just win the next ball game.
Let me ask you this: before the season, going into this Northwestern game, would you like if somebody said, okay, going to Northwestern, Nebraska's going to be 5-2, no matter, don't even worry, don't take the how it's looked
right
out of it. Say Nebraska's 5-2, would you have been okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
I mean, the games we talked about all year, and I know I've seen the text line: Minnesota on the road, Michigan at home. Those are the two games. And then Minnesota, all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they had some losses. People are like, oh, they're not that good. We can now pencil this one as a win. And that mind switch happened at some point, and I think that's what made everyone feel super off guard. But if you just reflect how everyone was heading into it, is it a bummer? Yeah. Is it incredibly surprising? No.
Let me ask you this as a younger fan.
Uh-huh.
Are you more mad that they lost or how they lost?
It's always how they lost.
Because of how it looked.
How it looked.
So it's aesthetics.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, 9 sacks is miserable for anybody to watch.
Right. Or just the whole game. This guy can't just be the sacks. It's I'm talking about start to finish.
I didn't mind when the special teams is out there kicking the ball around.
Yeah, special teams. Yeah,
but I mean,
aesthetically, they just
it was bad. The defense was, given the defense was out there a lot, so that doesn't help, especially when going against a run team. But when you're giving up 8-minute drives and then you're 3 and out, and then you give them another 7-minute drive and then you're 3 and out, and the second half is just punt.
Yeah.
You head in there at half 6-7. You think, all right, we're in this, and then to come out like that is just kind of devastating to watch.
Harrison, I'll tell the story before we go to break. I remember when I was playing Buffalo. It was my 4th year, I think, and we went out to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And we played, I think, a Thursday night. And I remember because Terrell Owens did the little thing for the Halloween.
Yep,
Grabbed the pom-pom. And Greg Williams, he didn't care about any of us. So the game, I think, was on Thursday night. So we generally leave Tuesday. We flew out Wednesday. But we practiced in full pads on Tuesday. And maybe, and we just played Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you them brothers was moving in warp speed, I was like, yo, Garrison Hurst looked like he might be the fastest running. And we looked so bad. I think we got beat 35-0.
It does happen.
But that's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had good leadership. But, man, I remember sitting, me and Antoine Winfield, we were kind of, I sat on one seat, then the middle seat was open, and that. He was like, yo, I can't wait to go to sleep. He's like, by the time I get to Buffalo, I'm forgetting that game. I don't even think we watched it. I don't even know if they told us we're not coming back till Monday. Nobody was in the facility until Monday. We just we got to get the heck away from everybody. And then we came back the next week and we ended up beating the Carolina Panthers. It was a crappy season, but you can't bounce back. That was the toilet bowl. We were playing whoever's not going to be the worst. Boy, we went at it.
No, that was the toilet bowl game too, and you got clowned in it?
Yeah. No, we didn't get clowned. We just went at it.
Okay.
It was like both of us are having bad seasons, but you're going to have a worse season than us. And we got after it, man. It was actually, look, man, it's part of the NFL. So we're the part of Nebraska they're growing. they got to represent. So we're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll talk a little bit of the Vikings against the Chargers. Carson Wentz. Is this it for him? Do you like Carson Wentz?
No.
Me neither. Anyway, Jay Foreman, Harrison, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's Monet here with The Night Before. What could be better than watching football with up to 20 beautiful ladies? The Night Before now has a 12-foot video wall for you to watch all the big games. Just like the players, you need to practice though. Repeat after me. Hey honey, I'm going to watch the game with the guys. I'll be home as soon as the game is over. It's all in the details. Come watch a game with The Night Before. Mention this ad and your first beer is $1.
Owner, getting ready for winter? Make it easy with John Deere compact tractors and gators from Acres Equipment. Add snow blowers, front blades, cabs, heaters, and loaders to tackle every chore. Right now, in-stock units are priced to move with competitive financing to fit your budget. Get winter ready today at acres.com. Acres Equipment, your acreage handled. Financing subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Not all customers qualify. See dealer for details.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Baumgars has a loyalty shopping event this Saturday. Loyalty Rewards members can save $50 on their purchase of $200 or more. You heard that right. Spend $200 or more on any merchandise of your choosing in the store, so no gift cards, and you'll save $50 instantly.
The $200 spend is pre-tax and cannot be combined with other discounts or offers.
Not a loyalty member? Just sign up today. It's all happening at Baumgars this Saturday only.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Score big with rebates up to $2,000 on the Kawasaki Nav, Kawasaki's first ever fully electric personal transportation vehicle designed for cruising the good life. Be the first to nav your neighborhood. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location, where they can't wait to get you set up for football season.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds today with a high near 65. Tonight, increasing clouds and calm winds, low near 45. And tomorrow, a chance of showers. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high near 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman Harrison putting a quick bow on this bad boy on a Thursday. Less than 48 hours before Nebraska represents to the fullest. And but tonight, Minnesota against the Los Angeles Chargers. Carson Wentz starting for the Vikings. McCarthy has been out for 4 weeks. The defense in Minnesota is not as dominant as it is, or as it has been this year. And the Chargers even though they got a little bit of injuries, your bug going on, they are looking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say it's a must-win for Minnesota at 3-3, but I think the Chargers are 4-3, and so Minnesota needs this game. This is in the NFL. You be in the locker room, it's like, we got to have this. This is a game that we have to have, because you want to make sure that you get off track, just kind of like Nebraska is right now. By one game, you don't want to be off 2 games, because Detroit is looking good. Green Bay is always solid. And more importantly, Harrison, your Bears are right in the mix. And you think if Minnesota loses,
and they're extra behind.
Right. So if they lose tonight, then the Bears, look, the way the Bears are playing, they're rounding into shape. You didn't look like it at first.
But they got a run game now.
But they got a run game now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the Vikings got to really try to lean back on their run game. But then also they have a young, athletic, aggressive defense. Right. And so the Bears are not the easy out like they used to be. Caleb Williams is playing better. Now, when you look at the Vikings game tonight on Amazon Prime, you got Justin Herbert, who lost last week to the Colts, but he threw for 420 yards. They're able to run the ball, and the defense has been solid all year. And so it's going to come down to what star players on a Thursday has a huge game. Is it going to be Justin Jefferson and Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz has been up and down. Can he? I don't think he outplays Justin Herbert. I think he has to play better than he has been. Not great.
Just not, what do you have, 2 picks last game? Yeah.
Solid. Like a solid and +1. And then it lets the defense and Brian Flores probably unleash some blitzes against Justin Herbert.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who are you picking?
Chargers.
Me too.
Yeah, we talked about it off air. I just don't trust Wentz.
Do you like Jim Harbaugh better as an NFL coach or when he was in college?
I like him much more in NFL.
Yeah, me too.
The khaki man up at the brick house is really getting under my skin for a while.
He was just.
Then his recruiting stories is like every time I was about to be in his corner, I'd hear one of those recruiting stories. I'd be like, sleepover?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, bro. And then remember he said that if you have a kid, I'll take care of him.
Yeah.
Bro, you're doing too much.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
then
I get it,
Hey,
bro.
remember when he was at the satellite camp throwing balls? Remember playing quarterback without a shirt on?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got brand new. But when he first got the job out there in LA, he was living in a RV with Greg Roman. They had RVs out there. Look at us. You know, we're making millions of dollars. We're living in an RV. Look at us. Anyways, Jay Foreman, my man Harrison, Old School on a Thursday. Want to give a shout out to Kevin Meyer, Corcombato, Elena from Upside Bar and Lounge. Appreciate them coming in and obviously doing great things for us at Old School and the ticket. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock. Perfect for